Open the iCut software. If the interface displays in Chinese, please follow the instructions in the video to set the language to English or another language. Once the language setting has been modified, the system will automatically restart. After the restart, click OK, and the machine will return to its home position. Subsequently, whenever you launch the software, you must return the machine to its mechanical home position. Click CNC at the top of the interface, then click All Back. The machine will then move to the front left corner. The machine can only operate normally after this mechanical homing process has been completed. When black and white dots appear on the left side of the XYZ display, it indicates that the machine has completed the homing process. Press the directional keys to move the machine. L is low speed, H is high speed. Depending on the specific machine model, T1 is the spindle, T2 is the oscillating knife, T3 is the V-cutting tool or pressure wheel, and T4 is the red light. Lower T2 oscillating knife. Start the vacuum pump. Set the Z-axis 0-point position for the blade to begin cutting. The vacuum pump is activated to ensure greater accuracy in the Z-axis cutting depth. In continue mode, the vacuum pump can be manually activated. Enable the hand wheel function. This allows for fine-tuning of the X, Y, and Z axes, making height adjustment safer. Slowly lower the Z-axis, bringing the cutter tip close to the MDF board. Since the blade oscillates vertically, the oscillating knife function must be activated. Set the Z0 point while the blade is oscillating. In continuous mode, press the VK key to activate the vibrating knife. Ensure the knife tip cuts approximately 0.5 mm into the MDF board. Click Z0. This completes the Z0 point setting. The Z-axis will return to the mechanical home position. T3, descending V-cut head or other functions. Follow the same procedure to set the Z0 for tool T3. When creating cutting programs using iCut software, the tool's 0 point is set to the surface of the MDF board, i.e., the bottom of the material to be cut. Similarly, move the T1 spindle tool to the surface of the MDF board. Set the Z0. If your machine is equipped with an ATC, automatic tool changer, function, only one tool needs to be manually positioned against the MDF surface. The remaining tools can be automatically measured using the tool sensor.
正刀、斜一刀的零都已经设置完成之后，现在往后移动一下机器。好。
Place the material to be cut. Set the X and Y 0. Typically, the XY0 point is set at the bottom left corner of the material. Depending on your specific machine model, if your machine is equipped with a red light positioning function, move the red crosshair to the desired cutting position, then click X0 and Y0. If your machine does not have a red light function, use the spindle to move to the front left corner of the material, then set X0 and Y0.
好，如果说咱们从这里有个红光，在这里就是 XY 的0点。如果机器没有这个红点，那就是需要用主轴的刀具移动到一个位置，某一个位置。好，确认好之后，点击 Z0、X0 和 Z0。
In this case, if the machine is not equipped with a red light, use the T1 spindle tool to move to the crosshair position. Once you have confirmed the position, click the function key on the right. Import files in DXF format, or JPG, and other vector files. Among these colors, white indicates no cutting, while the other colors can be configured for any operation. This is currently a test demonstration. Only a single shape is being cut. I set the graphics selected for vibration knife cutting to red. V-shaped cutting tool. Set to yellow. Double-click the parameters to define settings for the specific color, including the tool to be used, material thickness, and cutting speed. The material I tested is 15 mm thick. It requires only a single pass to cut through. Both extension and cutting are set to 0. Individually set the cutting speed, as well as the knife holder's lowering and lifting speeds. Red indicates T2 vibration knife cutting. Retract height. First machine run. The hand wheel guidance function has been activated. After clicking run, the machine does not start immediately, it only begins to operate slowly when I use the hand wheel. On this machine, when using the oscillating knife or V-cutting tool, the spindle automatically switches to the T0 state, indicating that no tool is currently loaded in the spindle. Note, machine configurations may vary. As I continued turning the hand wheel, I noticed that the machine was operating abnormally. The machine was supposed to utilize the V-cutting function first, however, it proceeded directly to use the oscillating knife. I stopped the machine and checked for the problem. Upon inspection, it was found that the yellow layer was not being output, consequently, the V-cutting tool did not function. After confirming the issue, I ran the program again, still utilizing the hand wheel guidance function to prevent any potential machine errors. The advantage of using the hand wheel guidance function is that the machine operates only when the hand wheel's dial is rotated. If the dial is not rotated, the machine will not function. Once I had confirmed that the machine's cutting depth and position were correct, I disabled the hand wheel guidance function. The machine would then operate automatically. After the cutting was complete, I removed the material and discovered that it had not been cut all the way through. The Z-axis 0 point for the oscillating knife needs to be lowered by 0.5 mm. After completing the cutting, I realized that because the circle was too small, using a V-cut in this area did not yield good results. I tried a subsequent cut. I removed the V-cut operation and changed all the lines to red, using the oscillating knife for cutting. The depth of tool T2 has been adjusted. I located the Z-axis value and lowered it by an additional 1 mm. This value should be increased or decreased based on your actual cutting results. Moved the X and Y axes. Reset X0 and Y0. I ran the cutting process again. The cutting result is excellent, the depth is just right. Testing again. I've reduced the cutting speed. Change the cutting start position. XY0. Run. Small diameter circles are not suitable for V-cutting. This time, the V-cutting of the large diameter circles on the outer contour was measured. I set the outer contour to yellow, disabled the output for the red layer, and ran only the yellow outer contour.
这是切外侧，好，这是切外侧哈，我再找一个只切内的。
The machine testing is complete. Next is the process of replacing the cutting blade.
手轮，然后手轮走到4，然后是把它转动。
Lower T2. Turn the knob on the left side of the hand wheel to point to the 4th axis. Rotate the turntable to position the tool holder screw facing outward. Remove the old blade and replace it with a new one.
对应的厚度的刀片，然后刀刃方向，看看刀刃方向朝向这个螺丝的位置。固定好刀片之后，然后是固定好刀片之后，然后去让这个 C 轴回一下零，编一下 C 轴回零，然后在这个位置，在 CNC 里边。
In the control software, home the C-axis independently.
C1 回零之后，等这个刀片停止转动之后，这个刀刃。
After the C-axis returns to 0, verify that the cutting edge is oriented to the right. The tool insert replacement is now complete.